What's up, guys? It's your boy Josh,
And Michelle.
and we're here to talk to you about shipping a dog across the seas. Mainly from the UK to America, because that's what we did. We bought our puppy in the UK. But I was a sponsor for some people that ship from America to the UK. The price is going to greatly differ. You're going to cost more going from the States to the UK than you are from the UK to America. But a lot of y'all have asked, how do we ship our pets? Well, we're going to go over that. If you're in the military and shipping overseas, you can do some other stuff. And also, actually, if you're civilian, you can claim your pets as anxiety pets and you can travel with them inside the carriage of the airplane. Now, not all airlines approve that or allow that, so you'll have to be very cautious of what you pay for. Which airline you select and everything, you'll have to call them and talk to them. And right now, because of COVID and everything and all those guidelines, you might not even be able to get your dog inside the cabin. But an anxiety pet is a good way to go, because then it's free.
To an extent.
Yes. Instead of paying $6,000, you'll pay $130 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, $6,000, 2 large dogs shipping to the UK. No lie, I watched one of the dudes I work with. I sponsored him in $6,000 to $8,000 for both of his dogs to go into the UK. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to go over step number 1, which is, before you go and talk to any of these companies, they're going to want all the measurements and weight of your dog. So I'm going to show you what they have me do for measurements. So the first thing is you want to get your puppy, your smooth puppy, and we're going to measure her. And they're going to want the length, the width, the height of her and everything. And this is really just determining the size cage that she's going to go in. And the weight, because it has to be twice the size of your dog pretty much, so that they can move around in their crate, turn around, lay down, fully sprawl out. So what you're going to do is measure from to buttocks of where the tail starts, because we're not going to measure from fully extended. If she will, she's a little nervous, guys. She's first time on camera.
No, she's not.
She's been on camera quite a bit. She's just nervous because she's in my arms, and she's laying down. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is just show you where we measured, and then go from there. All right. So, hopefully, not the best when measuring dogs because you're bringing a little ruler around. Okay, I love it too. We're bringing a ruler around them, and it's new to them and everything, so it's very difficult, especially large dogs like Bear. It's horrible to measure him.
Ran around in circles.
All we're going to do is put her down, and you're just going to go from the tip of the nose to her rear. So, they want her fully extended. It's best to have your mate do this, but you're just going to go, hey, looky, girl, I know. Be gentle with her. It's okay, baby. And you're going to get like an estimate. She's approximately about 21 inches. It's very difficult sometimes, so my wife would normally be holding her and helping me, but she's holding the camera, so she can't really help me. And this makes dogs very nervous, so sometimes it's easier to put them up against a wall. So another way to measure them is, come here, baby. I know you don't want to do this. Come here.
She said, why am I it? Why?
No. So another way to do it is, get them fully standing. Since this makes them nervous, throw it away. Get them to stand up. Here you go, baby. So that's pretty much right there. Let them go right around their business. It's okay, go.
Come here, Sashi.
She's nervous with this thing, man. And then you just take it, put it at the top of your hand, so right there, measure from the ground up, down, or from the ground up, so 11 inches. So 21 by 11 right now. So you'd write height and length of the dog. Now you just get the width of her, which is her mid-torso. So, so all you do is this. So she's approximately about 6 inches. So 6-inch width. So we've got a 21 inch length, a 11-inch height, and then a, what was it, 6? Mm-hmm. 6-inch width of the dog. So you got your measurements right there. Next thing you got to do is weigh her. And I'm going to show you the actual paperwork we did and mark out my name, my addresses, and everything. And once you have the weight and everything, pretty much you're 50% done, honestly. Baby dogs. If you have a baby dog, a crate, a small crate will work for them. Bear had to have a custom crate, even though I have airline approved crates for him that we bought at the store for about $110. Some of the moving companies will not let you utilize that. They'll make you get a specialized crate because he's so large and he has to be able to turn around, and certain things have to accommodate those types of dogs. So what we had to do is they took 2x4s and they built a crate for him, and they put a water bottle and a food carry inside the crate with them. They're not allowed to drug your dogs, or they say they don't. I'm pretty sure they drugged our dog when we flew back to the States because he was a little bit disoriented when he got here. And I could tell by his eyes, because I watched his eyes, and they were very much, looked like he was drugged. So, baby girl and everything, she was out of it. I'm pretty sure that's Sasha, but we might have had Stub Muffin get an interchange with her. But, so, length, width, height, and weight for your dog. The next thing is taking pictures of your puppy. So, just use your iPhone, take a picture of the front, the back, sides of them and everything. And you're going to send that all in. And I'm going to show you some of the email traffic that I did with the people. That way you can see it. So, got your dimensions, got your weight. Let's move on to the paperwork. Alright guys, so just like we were talking about, you weighed them, you have their measurements, next comes the paperwork. Whatever service you're going to be utilizing. We use Starwood because of pricing. The other main one that a lot of military folk use, but when they're shipping back to the States and when they're shipping over there, is Silver Birch. We just noticed that they were about $2,000 more. So we went definitely with the cheaper one. We did run into some issues, but this company worked through everything with us. And even when they had issues with shipping our dogs, and I'll go over that, but they helped us out all the way through. So here's the first piece. This is just a client's acceptance form. They're wanting you to sign this and give a deposit so that they can start searching and pricing and everything, because they're going to spend a lot of time giving price guides and what dates and everything to work it. They don't want to just do all this and then you use another company and or they provide it to you and you do your own work. So at the top, Billy at starwoodanimaltransport.co.uk. Billy, she was awesome working with. She helped us all the way through all this paperwork, no issues. So the client reference number, they will give you. The estimated date, because of COVID, we didn't push out until like July something. And then we arrived in the States and we had to quarantine until August, like August 10th or something like that. So, estimated date that we were supposed to leave originally before COVID took over was the 2nd of June. But we ran into issues, like I said. Your name, first and last name, which you can see I blacked out everything with a marker. The current address you're living at, because these people actually come and pick your dog up. Most other companies we looked at, you had to drive your dog like an hour to 2 hours away and then deliver them at the thing and then they hold them. So we had Bear and Sasha. They were picked up the day before we were supposed to leave and they were held at the kennel that is right beside the airport and loaded the next day. Or so we thought, but I'll go over that in a little bit. So, and then Dear Starwood, they give you an estimated price. This price does not reflect what we paid, but you have to sign for it saying that you understand it could be that high. So at this time it was 3,163 pounds. That's not what it cost us, but that's relatively about $3,700, $4,000 in USD. And the date, and it's just an estimate. The collection address and the special instructions, all listed below. I blacked it all out and stuff like that, but the special instructions was like, hey, we have Sasha a small little 300 Sky Kennel, which you can see there. They put that in there. Provides special Sky Kennel for Bear because they couldn't accept the one we had. And then Sasha has her own 300 Sky Kennel. So Sasha is 5 kilograms, by the way. So she's a small dog. So her little 300 Sky Kennel worked perfect. Bear, 41 kilograms. What is that, like 96, 97 pounds? He had to have a large kennel because they just didn't think his little thing was big enough. And it was huge. I'm going to show you a picture. Bear's just a big boy. Collection date was supposed to be 13 July, but it ended up being later than that. Contact, telephone number. It's going to be your UK phone number and your name. And email address, your special instructions. All this stuff's just going to be filled out. It's very easy. And if you have any questions, Billy will walk you all the way through it. Very simple. And then the good thing about it, you weighed your dog, so you know the weight. So they go ahead and fill this in when you send them an email. They'll ask you for the dimensions and the weight, and then they'll put this in at the bottom. So you can see Bear, Sasha, 41 kilograms, 5 kilograms, etc. For them to start the paperwork, you can see right here, 500 pounds deposit. This is non-refundable, by the way. So if you pay them and everything, you're not getting this money back, so you're going to stick with them. And Starwood, by far, I recommend them. Even though we ran into issues with them, they still came through in the end, even though there was hiccups. Not everybody's perfect, not every company's perfect, but they held to their name, and they ended up paying for our hotel room and stuff like that because there was hiccups along the way. So they helped us out. The full balance has to be paid in 10 days prior to export. That's given. And then you just sign it, and they give you the Metro Bank, the sort code, the account number, and the account name to ship your 500 pounds to. And then your final transaction later on. So they give you all this information. It's just a client's acceptance form. Sign it, good to go. Let's look at the next piece. Piece was sending them pictures of our dog. So we have Bear here, which is a Bernese Mountain. They wanted to see what he looked like. So I immediately took a picture of him, and this is it, and I shipped it to him. And then Sasha, our baby girl. And there she is. So we shipped them a picture of her, and they just verify everything and make sure it's the same breed that they're looking at, because certain breeds, if you didn't know, are not allowed into the UK, and or they can't be shipped on aircraft in certain areas. Like something to do with like a pug. They have a short breathing, or like their noses are smushed in and everything, so they have breathing issues, so they have to take in considerations. And then certain large dog breeds they won't allow to come over to the UK and or back to the States. So you just have to be aware of that. Let's move to the next thing. There's another image I'm about to show you, and it's the kennel. They want pictures of the kennels if you're going to use your own. So let me show you that one. So for the kennel, I took apart the kennel to show them the doors and everything. And as you can see, I have his water feeder on his door, which we moved over to Sasha's. But they want to see the water, the bowls that they have attached to the cages, and then everything to do with it. And then I showed them the bolt assembly. So I gave them everything. And that's also hit the food tray for the puppy. So they want to see water, your food tray, the crate itself, and they'll determine if it's suitable to travel with a large breed or a small breed. Small breeds are easy to get on there. They accept those little baby plastic kennels just like that. But Bear had to have a special kennel, like I said, because he was 96 pounds or something like that. So yeah, he is a larger breed. Move on to the next one. So they just want all those images. So you started your paperwork. You got that client's acceptance form. The next thing you have to do is ship that 500 pounds to them. And that's after you do all the images and everything, just so that they can verify you're not trying to send a legal breed. You don't send them the money before you verify with them that, hey, those pictures, those types of dogs are allowed. Next, send them the money, because then it becomes an issue if you have to wire that money back to you. So we went with Community Bank, which is a military bank over there on Raff Mountain Hall and Raff Lakenheath. They're able to do this, which is super nice. So we did a wire transfer form, and they'll walk you through the whole piece. All they need is the beneficiary bank, which is this information. This is actually it. This is everything provided by Starwood, and you just tell your bank, and they fill out the information for you and look up the street address and etc. This is actually their information. So it's easy enough, guys. If you need an example, follow this example. It's at the blacked out marks, which is my private information. The bank will fill in a lot of that for you. So the first thing that they send over to you, one of the first forms, is a pro forma invoice form. They will only let you value your dog at $150, even though you paid for $4,000. Because, man, at the end of the day, they can't say, hey, man, your dog's like 2 years old. That's depreciation value of a $4,000 dog. Now we can only give you $1,000. So it's just a standardized fee of $150. It's like an insurance. So if your dog, I hate to say it, but if your dog passes or anything like this, the worth of it is about $150. You're only going to put $150 down for this. This is all they're going to give you. You fill it out, you send it back in, you're good to go. And it's per each dog. So just understand this is one of the forms. Easy enough. Let's move to the next form. The next forms are very, very detailed. These are brokers and customs forms. Now, all this stuff just takes a while to read. The UK, Starwood is very awesome about filling out this information and getting it over to customs when you get into the States, and all the brokers and everything are getting their money in, etc. But as you can see, 1 through 12, all this information has to be provided, and Starwood does the majority of this for you. You're filling out some of the paperwork, but it's very simple. The next paper is additional broker paperwork. You're filling all this out and you're sending it back to Starwood. All your paperwork's going to go through Starwood. Just make sure you have copies. So this is just a notary public form, and you have to sign it and everything, and saying that Starwood Animal Transport has rights to ship your dog. That's all it's stating. So let's move to the next sheet. And it's just paperwork after paperwork, guys. It's very easy though. I promise you. Don't get stressed. Taking a deep breath, get you Starbucks, get you your coffee, get you your Mountain Dew, and just go through the forms and read them. It's a lot to take in, especially when you're moving, and a lot of moving pieces are coming in and out, and or you're just wanting to ship a dog to the States. But just breathe. It's all good. I promise you it's easier than it looks. The next document, and I'm not going to show you mine, is the passport of the POC. So it was my passport that I shipped into Starwood. So you take a scan of it, you picture information and all that, and you send Starwood a copy of that passport so that they can have it on record and they can ship it with the dog. It carries over as the dog's passport as well. So they just need the client's information and saying that, hey, this is really this person, blah, blah, blah. So you'll scan a picture of your passport into them. And it has to be in date, guys. It has to be good. The passport has to have still a certification date that says that, hey, it's still usable. Along with all that paperwork, you are going to have all your dog babies' veterinary shots and records. This is a UK template vet book. So they give you these little books that have all their shots when they were taken and everything, and it's very awesome. And the little stickers that go with each shot. So this is an example. I'm going to actually show you what Starwood makes you have for vaccinations. So let's roll into that one. Alright guys, so this is one of Starwood's 1 of 12 rules that you have to follow, and it's part of that actual invoice sheet that you sign at the very beginning with your £500 deductible that you have to send to them prior to using them as a company. This is one of the rules. So here you have to have these vaccinations. There's no ifs or buts around it. So the number 4, vaccinations, including but not limited to distemper, hepatitis, I'm not even going to try that word, parvo, feline, all these. You're going to have these, and it has to be administered within 6 months prior to entering our selected kennels. Now, it does say 6 months. We ran into an issue with parvo and another one because they got to be separated by days, actually. So when you're going to the vet, make sure you have all these shots about 3 to 4 months out at minimum. Do not roll over there a month prior before you're supposed to ship out and try to get these shots. You will run into so many issues. You know why? Because I ran into these issues because I wasn't tracking all these vaccinations that had to be taken. And parvo, and I think it was actually lepto. I think it was leptospirosis and parvo that were the two that can't be combined on the same days. I might be wrong, guys. I'm not a vet. But they have to be done on separate days, and one of the days on the second day was inside that 1 month window where they cannot accept animals on the flights. So that's a huge issue. So, man, do not go, just have those shots all taken 3 to 4 months out. Get them all knocked out. Don't wait like we did last minute. All these shots has to be taken care of. Just knock them out. I promise you'll be so much easier. And man, I'm telling you, right now you're about 98% done with the job. Other companies might give you different paperwork, but pretty much Starwood's straightforward, and you're just doing email traffic with them and talking to them. So right now, you're pretty much done almost. The last thing is doing all your final payments 10 days prior out. And I'm going to show you my final payment. And it does not include the £500 deductible that we sent at the very beginning, so we'll add that to it. So let's take a look at our final cost. This was our final cost at the end of everything. So if we were at our £500, that'd be 3,268 pounds. So I'll even show you how to check the prices and everything again, like I did with my importing and exporting of vehicles. So the next site I'm going to show you is how to convert Great Britain pound to USD. So total price, 32.68. So let's plug it in and find out what our total price was. And I'm telling you guys, other companies over there, 5,000 to 6,000 to ship back our same dogs. But we used Starwood and we saved, just like you can with Geico. Let's go over to Oanda. So, as you can see at the top, Oanda, OANDA.com is our currency conversion. And all you do is when you get to the page, you scroll down, you see currency converter in the center of my thing, push the C converter, and then we scroll down, and it separates it by dates and everything. So if you paid it on, let's say, February 7th today, and we go to British pounds, so British pound, and then we said, what was it, 3268, somewhere around there. It's $4,491.93. So much better than most of the companies. I would have paid about $1,500 and $9 and whatever cents extra for another company to ship my puppies back to the States. This worked out so well, and we had no issues with them, except when we got back to the States. The airline companies, and there's always going to be hiccups, they gave Starwood the wrong times for them to put the puppies on the aircraft. So the puppies arrived a day later than us, and we had to stay in Atlanta for an extra day, guys. And Starwood, when we told them, hey, we're not approved to stay here, we have to move and everything, I had to talk to my people down here and get approval to stay an extra day because of the puppies, because issues arose. And Starwood paid for our hotel. They actually paid $145 because of all the hiccups the airlines did and stuff like that. And we didn't pay an extra dime. Besides food. I mean, yeah, whatever. So we paid for our food and that was it. We got a day in Atlanta and just waited for our puppies. Other than that, when they arrived, the only issue we had again, so we had two issues. One, Sasha didn't have her original crate and we had somebody else's paperwork. So we got Stud Muffin's paperwork, some random dog, black terrier looking dog, and Sasha came out and we were like, okay, we got a crate that I don't know what to do with, like it's not her original crate, not her original collar, all that stuff, and paperwork. But we still got Sasha. Bear was good to go. Those were only two issues we ran into. Other than that, Starwood came through each one of them, and I mean I lost a $40 or $60 crate, but I saved $1,600, so I'll lose the crate and make out with $1,600, and I can buy another several crates if I want to with that $1,600. So, and then awesome, Starwood came through it for us. I would recommend them, even though we had our hiccups. That doesn't mean you're not going to have hiccups with other people, but that is how we shipped our dogs from the UK to the US. Very, very easy. Now, with all that paperwork and everything, the vaccinations, I'm not going through, hey, we went to the vet, you have to sit there, you have to fill out paperwork and stuff like that. The UK vets are very on point, unless your dog is aggressive. The vets were very much scared of some of the dogs, and Bear's a large dog, and he doesn't like shots. So he's very aggressive. So they let me take him out in the parking lot, and then I just held him while they gave him the shots and everything because the vets were so scared of him. But yeah, so that's technically it, guys. The easy paperwork, easy peasy. All that paperwork and all the appointments and everything, I mean, spread out within a month and everything, you're spending maybe a week total. It's just all spread out throughout your PCS or your move. So it causes panic and issues, but I promise you guys, you'll be fine.
You can't find cheaper prices outside of Germany. Sometimes it is easier if you fly your dog outside of Germany. Me personally, that turned into a lot of research there at the end. That turned into a lot of, we would have to stay somewhere else for a family of 5. That did not work out best for our family. Our family worked out best using this local company there in the UK. Second thing is he kind of didn't mention, like he said, he didn't go over all the vet stuff and everything that you got to have. They do require a 10-day fly out, so just kind of know about that. I know all of us military family, it's kind of a running joke, and I say it in our house, it's a whole lot of stuff you need to do and you can't take care of it, honestly, to the last push. And this is one of those things that comes in. So 10 days before you fly out, those dogs, even if all their shots and everything is current, they have to have a 10-day fly out. So they have to at least go to the vet, another fee that you're paying, kind of check your dog out and say, yeah, they're able to fly. And that's just how it is. Every company wants a 10-day fly out. So just kind of be aware of that as a last minute thing. Anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. We have a lot of other videos. We plan on making a lot more videos because, guys, we are here to help other military families, or if you're just moving to the UK. A lot of it is what we know through the military move. but I'm sure you can pick up some tips along the way. And I'll see you in the next. Bye.
Bye.